Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly Soul Master today. That feels a little weird, but Mortal Master? No, that isn't really. Realm Master. I like that one. Because today we are carrying on with our adventure, playing Cubicle 7's excellent Warhammer Age of Sigmar RPG, Soulbound. And we are playing a adventure called The Iron Groves of Karaznethil that is making use of the PDF sourcebook, The Ruins of Karaznethil. And with me today are the stars of the Iron Groves of Karaznethil adventure or mini campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up, we've got Robert.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm playing Lalisha, who's a Night Quester, slightly tweaked.
Very
and
nice.
she's a Stormcast Eternal.
Nice. Next up is John.
Hey everyone, I am John, and I am playing temporarily Nox, George's iconic character. He is a human bright wizard and a slinger of fireballs.
Nice. And last, but certainly not least, is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Jurek. He is a Duradin Skyrigger.
Very nice. So guys, last session we actually opened up with a third member of your soul binding being added to the party. What happened last time?
After a the session before, a tense fight with some flying insect monstrosities, Durek was rescued by our associate Malgra and brought on, and we discovered that Durek had visions of Nox, or dreams, as far as meeting, and Nox felt this kind of bond with him as well, mostly because I think they're bound by the dwarven god Grungnir?
Grungnir, I believe, yeah.
Grungnir? And we were traveling to a particular city, which I've forgotten the name of, I apologize.
Karaznethil.
Yeah, Karaznethil, or the remnants of, because it's been sacked by monstrosities.
Yeah, the ruinous powers.
Mm-hmm. And we had discovered, I believe, an abandoned encampment in the middle of the wastes and decided to go investigate, where we were set upon by a forge dragon and his swarms of other... Were they were insects as well?
Forge bats, I think.
they were.
Forge bats, okay.
Yeah.
And fight ensued. We won by the skin of our teeth, and I think that's where we left off.
Yeah.
Or did we get back to the ship?
No, I believe that's where you've left off thus far.
Okay.
You met
The highlights, anyway.
Yeah, we met the captain last time as well, Val Coghammer, and you also met Jurek. Jurek, what happened last time from your perspective?
Of course, he'd been being pursued by the insects for a while, so he was very tired. He recovered. He recognized Nox from his dreams. He started to think maybe a little bit more not religious, but a little bit more in the spiritual realm, which is not something he was really fond of before.
Yeah, because as a reminder, the Dwarven rejected the two dwarven gods. I mean, as far as they knew, one of the dwarven gods was dead, but they rejected the dwarven gods because they had rejected them during the Age of Chaos.
Yep. So, he basically kind of signed on with this group, with the captain, and got to explore and blow something up. So life was good.
Yeah. And Alicia, is there anything that is missing from that summary?
Not that I'm aware of, other than the fact that Lalisha is convinced that it was all Sigmar's doing. Like, he was pushing he was pushing everything behind the scenes to get to where it is.
Yeah.
Even if it says that it's the dwarven. Sorry, I can't remember the dwarven god's name, but it said it was Grun something. Grumney. Yeah, even though, Grumney appears to have been directly responsible, she knows that Sigmar's behind it all. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, you guys will have an opportunity. I'm looking at healing on page 154. You would have an opportunity to take a breather if you take 10 minutes resting and recuperating. You will be able to restore your toughness to its maximum once again.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I definitely need to do that.
And
Alicia still has her 2 wounds.
she does have her 2 wounds. Now, do you have any miracles that will allow you to heal wounds?
I don't believe so. Check out a
So
second.
if not, it'll be 8-hour rest will allow you to clear 1 tick on your wound track.
Okay.
Something we can do with our drops to help with wounds, or is that to recover a condition?
I think it's like 100 that you need to spend. But let's.
Let me check
So
out
expensive. I want to again state how much I love using currency as healing.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a sphere, so it's 100 drops to clear 1 wound.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can recover toughness with healing spirit, but not wounds. So.
Okay. So then it is because I think like you guys had only just begun to inspect this camp, which appeared to be just from the supplies that are here, from the layout of the place, it seemed to be Dwarden, but a little off. You may remember that Karaznethil is a melding of the 2 different species. There's the Dwarden that live there, and there is the Sylvaneth, the wood folk. And there's more flourishes to the wood and whatnot, and some of the pieces that are here that makes you think that it's not just any Dwarden that has made camp here. This may be the encampment of refugees from Karaznethil.
I think we remember that they left maybe a week ago, but it's in somewhat of a hurry. Was that correct?
Seems, from the camp. That's right. Yeah. And I think that's when you found someone found the tracks, and you were set upon by this forge dragon, or forge drake, or whatever I call it. So what would you guys like to do next then? You guys are still on that, little chunk of earthy island of the air.
Do we need to search any more around here? Do you guys think?
I don't know.
Yeah, it felt like they'd been gone for a while, right?
Yeah.
We didn't see any obvious paths.
Yeah, no. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, but are the remains of the forged drake valuable?
That is a good point. Actually, there may be some. Let's see here. Wrong book.
If not monetarily, spellcasting wise.
Yeah, no, it's not an unreasonable question, because a lot of the there are magical components that can be drawn from different things. Like there's different stone from the different realms.
Yep.
Oh, it's the gamer in me is like, if it's not bolted down, see if you can loot it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, like there's something called Shamanite that is realm stone from the realm of metal from Shaman. So I think let me take a look at my
Iron Flames, the Forge, and the Hammer.
the thing like I don't know. Do you have any tools on your character sheet? I don't think you've got any.
No.
So. And here we go.
Rope.
God, I love C7 screens, man. They're so fucking good. Do you have any training in crafting, Nox?
I do not.
So if you're inspecting, Durek, Nox seems to be inspecting the body of it. And do you say anything in relation to the metallic remains
Oh
Nice.
yeah, he's quite interested in the form and formation. Crafting is something he is going to be interested because he's got the connection back in the city.
Yeah.
So I think this is tied to him maybe gathering materials to help out that forge in general. So
Yeah, I think the
point I was like, I wonder if we can scavenge some of this. It seems pretty resistant to the elements.
So it will. This stuff is to work metal takes determination and patience, right? I mean, a forge as well, but also that. This is going to be even more challenging to refine out, to take out, and whatnot. It is something that would require a downtime action. But if you take this carcass with you and you spend an endeavor, I'll let you harvest realm stone with it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then it's definitely worth doing that.
If the body fits in the hold of the airship and it doesn't slow us down too much, I say we do it.
Oh, they definitely have room for it in there.
Okay.
So, like, those things are... And the Shamanite...
Okay.
So, the material... Let's see here. Shamanite, also known as weird gold or change stone, might provide... what does solidified change look like? And that's what it says, is that weird gold or change stone might provide an answer. Like quicksilver, the substance is viscous and metallic, but does not flow or pool like liquid. Instead, any continuous piece of shamanite always morphs into floating globular shapes, and although the orb is malleable enough to mold like soft clay, any attempts to sculpt it are temporary. And there's a bunch more information about it, but that would be effectively like trying to distill the essence of this thing's bones down, and we're talking like a week of activity,
right?
To try and harvest this stuff. But it is definitely something you can do, and then if in a week you can. If you succeed, it's like 100 drops of realm stone plus an additional 50 for each success. You get over 8 for the whole, long-term progress. And the shamanite weapons flow like liquid, morphing into new forms at their bearer's prompting. As a free action at the start of your turn, you can give a shamanite weapon one of the following traits: close, defensive, restraining, reach, spread, or penetrating. And you can do this every turn, replacing the previous trait with a new one from the list.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's cool.
And shamanite armor, as a free action at the start of your turn, while wearing shamanite armor, you can gain one of the following effects: +1 armor versus melee, +1 armor versus range attacks, +1 armor versus spells, +1 armor against all attacks and spells from a single creature within long range. You can do this each turn, replacing the previous effect with a new one from the list.
Yeah, we definitely want this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Okay. So, you are beginning to make arrangements for that. Leisha, I think perhaps just given your scholastic bent as well, it makes sense that you might be poking through, and what you'll find is there are a couple of journals, it seems, that have been left behind by one or two of the folks who were here. It takes a little bit of rooting around, but you find that like some people must have like put their travel pack or travel box down and not grabbed it in whatever urgency. What if it was the forge strike that killed them? Than before that thing attacked. So you would you can find that there are a couple of journals of excuse me, it's very rude. Of the refugees from Karaznethil.
Okay. Yep. She'll start poking through those.
Would you give us I think it's lore. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Give us a list. This will be difficulty 1. Oh, sorry, difficulty 3 with a target, or I'm trying to remember the nomenclature. Difficulty is 3. The scale. What do they call it?
Number of successes you need?
Yeah, the number of successes. Yeah. Whatever it is, you need only 1 success on this.
Okay.
Oh, challenge. The challenge.
Yeah. Gee, I don't know where she got the scholastic bent, other than the fact that she was in a library when we first met her, but her lore is 0. So.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought she had a higher lore, but go ahead.
Yeah. but she'd still be
There
interested.
you go. There's your one success.
Yep.
You got it.
Okay.
Yep.
So as you pick up these journals, one of the at first blush, it appears as if this is some kind of leather that's been put on the outside of these books. And as you pick it up, you feel it, and when you hold it up to the bizarre lighting on Shaman, you can see that it's actually got a texture. It's almost like the exterior of this is some kind of it's some kind of parchment made from you'd guess it's like vellum, but it's made from some kind of, instead of being made from like cat, I think vellum is made from calf skin. It's not made from living things. It's made from some kind of living animal. It's made from some living plant, and it's got just a little bit of that rainbow sheen that you come from oil. So there's a metallic quality to it as well. So if there was any question as to whether this was coming from Karaznethil, the Iron Groves are said to have it's not just a term or a phrase. The Iron Groves on this plane would have metallic qualities to them as well.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
So then, having collected everything, having made arrangements with Captain Coghammer's crew to transport the carcass over, anything else you guys wish to do here before once again setting steam?
Don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we need to do right now.
Then, when you guys get back on board, there will be one more day pass. So, Alicia, you can heal one of your wounds.
Okay.
And then let's see here. Let's have Alicia and Nox each give us a D6 roll, please. Okay, 5 and 4. There it is.
Imagine over the last day, Nox has been practicing with his fireball spell in order to shape it so he can exclude certain areas from the blast radius to narratively justify his arcane discipline talent he just picked up.
Okay. So, Brad, you're just, exploding things off the
ship.
The rest of the crew perhaps finds this a little unsettling, but not so much so that they're gonna ask you to stop, because they're a little scared of asking you to stop. What about Durek and Leisha? What would you guys be doing with your day?
I'm trying to remember. I want to say. I'm sorry. I was just going to say. I think my armor had gotten.
It was, damage, and I think Leisha's was as well,
for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a craft thing?
No, I think you actually. So one of your talents, I can't remember if you could display it in chat. Is there a little speech bubble next to your? There is. Yes. Fantastic.
Yeah. But I think that's only temporary.
Okay. Yeah. So
it's
why
like
don't we?
If you lost it in combat, you could get it back up, but then after combat, it falls apart.
Oh, yeah, they fall away or the armor becomes too painful to wear.
Right.
That's cool. So why don't you give us, for your material, it'll be a DN5 challenge, let's say 2.
Oh, okay. And that's a crafting check?
That'll be a crafting check, yeah.
Target
and I think
number.
in this case, you'll have advantage on it, which will bring the target number down to a 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you're familiar with working your own particular set of armor, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's asking for my bonus. Is that...
Bonus is just only if there's any kind of situational modifier. Like
okay, that's what I want to make sure of. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. 3 successes. Fantastic. And you've got 1 focus point.
Mm-hmm.
So would you be able to squeeze 4 successes out of that?
No, because it's a 2. And it was a 2.
Oh, and it's a 4. Right? Yeah. Right. So, so you're able to prepare that. Leisha's armor is damaged as well, however. Would you like... It is made of Sigmarite, so it will be a difficulty 6 and challenge 2.
Tough to do, but I can try. I mean...
And if you fail, it just means that it's a work in progress for now.
Right.
Leisha, are you okay with him trying to...
Yeah.
Okay.
She looms over him as he works. No.
Oh.
Nope.
Does your focus give you anything?
I could move that 5 to a 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
no
for
success.
this day, it's not quite done. So it's not going to be the damage, and it's too painful to wear, but it's currently only protecting 2 instead of protecting 3.
Okay.
One more day of work, he thinks, and maybe he's got it. This Sigmarite, it's going to make that Shamanite look easy to work with, because this Sigmarite is tough.
Yeah, it is.
Tricky stuff. Then it is during that day, and I think Nox, you would have been on board when what you see is as you're creating this kind of fiery thing in the sky, you seem to attract, as you're passing by, there is it's not really a forest you guys are flying through, because you're not it's not an actual big chunk of earth, but what it is a bunch of fragments of material on which there's kind of imagine if you combined into one thing, like a pine tree and a serrated knife. And that's the things you are flying through, but they're all drifting off, so it's easy to move through them. But for a bit, it's filling up the skies almost like a swarm of jellyfish. And it's as you're making your way through there and there's kind of it almost sounds like wind chimes, because each of the little individual pines are metal as well, and when the branches creak in the breeze, that coppery smelling breeze, they all sort of rattle against one another, so there's this kind of discordant wind chime effect as you're passing through. And what you find, Nox, is there are, when you are still kind of testing out your spells and practicing them, you end up attracting the attention of something. And at first, it appears like it's just, you think it's a trick of your, of the light. And what it appears at first is they're almost like sparrows in size. So they're small little birds that sort of go and fly in a non-formation. But what's curious about them is, for one, the way the light hits them, they seem as if they are a silvery liquid, where there's uncertainty to the surface of their bodies, and as they're flying around, you also notice that when they pass close, they sort of glop into one another. So they'll glop and become a larger one, and then they'll peel off, and little droplets of it will form as they pull apart. The updrafts and the thermals that you're creating with your spells, they seem to be almost playing in that.
He's hesitant to keep doing the spell, but if they're reacting that way, he'll probably continue to do so.
Yeah, no, these Quicksilver sparrows seem quite pleased with the game that you're offering them.
Interesting.
It's almost like a combination of like starlings flying in formation, but a water fountain of mercury, where they're just going in and falling apart, and droplets come out, and then they reassemble with the other Quicksilver sparrows. That goes on, and then all the while, this odd, discordant, the iron cone pine forest that you're making your way through as well is playing in as kind of background music for it. There are other members of the crew who will come to the deck in order to kind of witness this, because it's it's rare you get to see. Well, it's not necessarily rare that you get to see it, but it's nice seeing something that is just a reminder that not everything is terrible and wants to eat you.
Yeah,
in the mortal realms.
Yeah, finding beauty in the middle of the wasteland is very refreshing.
Precisely. And while the trees are going to be limiting your range of vision, it also means that you're concealed. Mm-hmm. Right? So then that carries on for as long as you choose to. When you do finally finish up, they almost in a way of saying thank you, it seems they all fly in formation across the top of the deck and then disappear off into the iron cone trees.
Nice. Does Nox know anything about these particular creatures?
Quicksilver sparrows?
Yeah.
You can give us a lore check. Let's set the difficulty at a... I think at a 5, because it's not a realm that you're super familiar with, and we'll start at 1, and then each success afterwards you can learn more information. Ooh.
Oh, I just rolled low.
I mean, the mortal realms are full of mystery, so it's not unusual that you would not know about a particular thing. By going back out into it and rediscovering, what has changed or what has been damaged by the Age of Chaos, there's all sorts of things that you are here to discover. So these Quicksilver sparrows, if you choose to try and keep a naturalist journal or something like that, you can add that to your list.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely write about it and look it up later.
Okay. Alicia, was there anything you wanted to do with this day, apart from supervise Durek's work?
I don't think she had anything specific. She'd probably be looking through the journals, just seeing if anything popped up as unusual or helpful.
Okay. So why don't you give us let's see here. I want to say lore again, but I don't think... Let's see if there's something else that might be a better... Nah, unfortunately, lore is probably the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
So let's say difficulty 4, challenge 1.
Difficulty 4, challenge 1. Okay.
And there's going to be a baseline. It's just going to be gaining extra information.
Yep. Where's my lore? There it is. Difficulty 4?
Yeah, and challenge 1.
Okay. Where do I put in the... I don't put in the challenge at all. That's just...
No.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Got it.
Got a success.
There you
She
go.
got one.
So, if there was any question whether... let's see here... whether Tree Lord Grundylac survived, it's dispelled here. The journal describes how Grundylac died defending the main hall where he and King Adagrim was ruled over Karaznethil. There's also a reference, I think you knew this already, but there's a reference to Warden King Adagrim surviving and leading some kind of resistance to it from the Iron Groves themselves. And it seems as if these Dwarden were trying to look for help. They're going to get assistance. You remember that you have heard how they have cut back some of the... it's becoming more difficult to get supplies to them. You heard about Durex, the ship that he was serving on as a mercenary. Yeah, it was taken out by the forces of Nurgle. So this may have been like a moment of desperation of them trying to go out and get extra assistance, and unfortunately, while they did seemingly escape Karaznethil and escape the plague forces of Nurgle, the dangers of traveling across Shaman, unfortunately, have caught up to them. So, I'm just going to reduce your wounds by 1 because you did get a good night's sleep.
I did already, I believe.
Oh, did you? Sorry, the token we're showing is 2 still for mine.
Okay.
So I don't know why that would be the case, but...
Maybe I did not hit enter. It's quite possible.
Okay. Human error, problem between keyboard and chair.
Yes.
Then that's it. So the second day, the next day, you're about a day out from this. What are you guys planning on doing with your day? Durek, I imagine you're still working on that armor. Nox, you still practicing your...
No, this close to our destination, it would not be good to announce our location with explosive fireballs.
Okay.
Maybe he'll see if he can help Durak out a bit, or Durak. And
Yeah, you have no training in crafting, right?
no, maybe he'll just watch and see if he can pick up some tips for potential future.
Okay. Durak, why don't you go ahead and give us another crafting check. Difficulty 6.
Yeah,
Moral
it's because it's his armor.
Moral support. You can do it.
Come on, give me a good one here. Nope.
Is that focus, though?
No.
Dang,
No 5s.
Okay. So, yeah, this stuff is tricky to work with.
Yeah.
That's a meta currency he could try again with.
He could spend Soulfire, but that shit doesn't come back very quickly.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
I mean, but it also means that, having Leisha's armor repaired before you go into, before you go into Karaznethil, so...
And I believe we still have 1 point of Soulfire left.
You
'cause we
do,
spent
yeah.
one last time.
Yes, you could spend, if it's important to you, Durak, you could draw on that connection to Grungnir.
Is that an automatic success, Kevin? Is that
No,
maximum success?
you can get automatic success, but you need to spend that before the roll. Here's the Soulfire cheat sheet, guys.
Oh, thank you.
So you could re-roll as many dice as you like.
Okay. So yeah, I've got.
You can just
Okay,
roll the
so-
whole crafting. None of those were successes, so you might as well just
Yeah.
re-roll.
So
Same
short-term
crafting.
goals will get a Soulfire back. Long-term gets all Soulfire. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Like, I think I'd give you 1 point of Soulfire back when you reach Karaznethil. So,
Yeah. So yeah, just do a recrafting again.
yeah. Let's see. DN 6 once again.
Hopefully this will-
Come on. There you go. Nice.
Nice.
Yep, got 1-6.
Excellent.
Good enough.
Leisha, your armor is back to as good as new.
Sweet.
As if
It
the God King had forged it himself.
Alrighty, yeah. I will tick down our last Soulfire and
Okay. Then let's quickly talk about getting Soulfire back, because it is you can spend one of you can spend an endeavor getting a point of Soulfire back. Like it is a much more cherished resource.
don't think I have any endeavors right now.
No, you guys have to do that sort of like between adventures, or like when you have a significant, like a week or so to
it's still a
kill.
week of downtime, basically.
Yeah, I really like the endeavor system. It looks really.
Reinvest soul energy over a course of a week to get it back.
I do, and I don't.
Yeah, when also you can you learn a new spell as an endeavor. Tricky is like the other kind of decisions you make in the game. It's choosing what you want to spend your time doing. Right. So, sorry, Will, what were you saying? I think I talked over you.
No, I was just saying, if I remember properly, like I think I have to use an endeavor to build another drill head.
Oh, I mean, you could purchase one, I suppose, as well.
I guess.
Yeah, I think you.
I don't remember seeing. I don't remember thinking about that. I just remember looking at the endeavors.
I want to build it myself.
another-
Yeah, the drill heads cost. Let's see here, Caradron equipment. Replacement head costs 110 drops.
Yeah.
So let's assume you've got one more for going in here.
No, I did have two, and I used one, so I do still have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but we'll give you one replacement as well. So you'll be going in for free. They're going to donate that from their hold.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was awesome.
That way you got your two, and then it is Leisha. So what were you planning on doing with your day?
She's not really sure. She's gone through the journals. She's maybe communing a little bit with, I mean, much as she might convince herself that she thinks Sigmar is behind all this. There is a little bit of messiness to the whole situation, and so maybe she's spending some time. They probably don't do like a praying type thing, but maybe just reflecting and seeing.
Probably.
If,
I mean, more so than you have more direct evidence of there being a god than anyone in our world does. You've met him. If you are praying, then those are heard by him. So you certainly could pray.
Yeah, there might be a combination of that and also trying to focus on her memories. Like so she spends part of the day praying. She spends the other part kind of trying to clear her mind and then like focus on some of what little she remembers from past things to see if any extra insights come.
Okay. Let's see here. Do you be working in the hold? Leisha is praying or
and or reflecting.
Your wound just went back up to 2 again.
I did?
Yeah.
Weird.
Your token just bumped back up to 2.
Weird. Okay, I'm going to put -2 on there. Okay, everybody sees it's 0, right?
Yeah.
Did it just bump up?
Now it's at 2 again.
Every time I open my sheet, it pops up. So maybe I have to modify it in my sheet as well.
Yeah, maybe try that.
Where the heck are my wounds in my sheet? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe there's an error in the... Oop, I guess I have to edit that. Okay. Wait. Where's the edit button on the sheet? I can't seem to modify the wounds in the sheet.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Modify. Hold on. There we go.
I know why. Yep, there you go. It's because you had added a wound in. Because remember when you take wounds, you add the description. So you want to have one wound.
Okay. Sorry, and now I can add it here.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Well, I think remember there's a narrative component to it, so it would be a minor wound. There you go.
Okay, got it. Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. That's cool. I like that.
Okay.
The sheet. All right. So then, Lisa's still suffering a bit from the attack from that forge drake. And Nox, what are you doing with your day? Or are you just watching?
You were just spending down with Durek and watching the crafting process and repairing.
Okay. So I think Durek, you're working away in, it's near the end of the day. You've got all your tools spread out. You're working on things. There's the other, Skyriggers who are in here, are Malgra and whatnot, are still working on their things. And one of the crew members comes kind of running down and says, "Batten down everything. We're running into weather." And it kind of runs off. Malgra immediately knows what that means. You would as well, Durek. Like, if you're going to get into bad weather, we're going to start seeing shit jostle around. So you need to secure stuff that is going to be potentially, tossed around and might hurt somebody.
Yeah, we're going to have to secure everything. So.
Okay.
Nox will help.
Okay. So you guys do so, and then does anyone want to go to, I think Leisha, unless someone is alerting Leisha to this, it'll be when the first, lurching hit kind of comes from the weather that she would be aware that something's going on outside. But would anyone go to the deck?
After getting the things battened down, Nox is always curious about how the weather and everything interacts with the weave.
Yeah.
So, the fat, whatever it's called in this one, the aether.
Yeah, Lilisha would go up as soon as the ship. Actually, she might have already been on deck because, part of her reflecting is to kind of, it's not really closing her eyes. It's kind of blanking her mind a bit while looking at things, hoping that something she sees connects. So she'd probably be on deck.
Like 1,000 yards staring off the end of the...
1,000? Yeah, like she's actually seeing stuff but not really registering it.
Yeah. So maybe it's when, you hear the first sort of unsettling. Like imagine the rolling peal of a thunder, a thunderclap coming in, but distorted through some kind of, metallic reverb type thing. There is this thing that hits you when you look over, and there is a cloud that is seemingly, and a bit of a storm front that seems to be moving towards you, and this is in the direction of Karaznethil. But the cloud, instead of being blackened and whatnot, it has this off-putting, like, ochre and rust-colored quality to it. And there is a roiling to it that makes it seem as if it is... there's something unsettling and almost alive about the way that the storm front is just oozing in your direction.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys get up and you can see this surging forward. Nox, you're trained in lore, so you need not do this. This is unlike whether you've seen or heard of. This does not seem to be something native, at least, to Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone thinks to ask if we can go around it, Captain Coghammer will tell you, not if you want to reach... Oh, maybe they do, actually. They do try and, like, turn in one direction to try and move around, right? And what you find is this storm front is always in the way. If you want to reach Karaznethil, it's through that storm.
Does it extend, like, all the way to the ground, kind of? Or is it just hovering above the land?
Well, there's no land, right? Because it's Shaman is all drifting the moat, so...
Gotcha.
Yeah. You can give us a lore check, though, Nox, if you want. I think DN5, once again.
Okay.
Because it's not
Try to see if we can find a way around this thing, or path through it, like the Kessel Run.
Okay.
Got one success.
So, here's what you know is, again, like, it's not... The rust color in there speaks probably more to a corrupting influence. Mm-hmm. You know that all things sort of manifest in a localized kind of way in these different mortal realms. So if you were to manifest the effect of pestilence or plague on metal things, it may be manifested as rust. This may be a Nurgle storm.
Wonder if that would negatively affect the ship if we fly through it.
It's possible. These are treated alchemically with elements of Shaman, so that it may be able to resist it, but it might be the equivalent of, like, pestilent, acid rain. But
has the captain ever dealt with a storm like this before?
Not specifically like this, but storms of chaos, she kind of grins and says, at least it's not a storm of Khorne. Mm-hmm. Khorne is the god of violence and blood. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne. Those storms are much more tempestuous to move through. This may have, you may want to, like, just, batten all hatches,
have people
use breathing masks and things like that, because there may be that influence.
For sure, yeah, I would definitely recommend doing so.
She will try 2 other maneuvers to try and get around it, but what you find is that there does not seem to be the efforts to try and seal off Karaznethil. Hopefully this speaks to the effectiveness of the Warden King's resistance, that they're taking it on to try and seal off anybody coming in. So, but you are ultimately the ones who have retained them. What do you say? Do we carry into the plague storm, or do we abandon this and try that another time?
Unless there's a way to get there without the ship, we got to get in there.
We trust in Sigmar to carry us through this.
Okay.
Yeah. Nox said, on the shoulder, yes, Sigmar. And he looks at Durek.
Probably the The crew are not exactly thrilled with that comment, given how much they seem to love their gods.
Well,
Yeah.
Nox was being partially sarcastic.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
he's
that's
got
true.
more trust in Gungnir.
Has Jirok spoken about his, newfound respect or at least perspective on Grungni? Or
Probably not. He probably hasn't said anything. Because it's still new for him, so he's still kind of working it out in his own head.
Okay, that makes sense. Then, what, if any, precautions would you guys like to make as you pass into the Plague Storm?
Oh, yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
breathing masks, making sure that the clothing is extra tight and less skin being exposed as possible.
I mean, these are typically designed to accommodate beards, so,
Yep.
I'll just stuff some extra in there. We should be fine.
Okay. I'm just checking for Karadron equipment. I think they're... Quad breather. Here you go. Gotta love this game. The quad breather apparatus is affixed to a Karadron's helmet that allows him to smell ether gold in the air. It also filters out any toxins that may be harmful to the wearer. Hilarious that the first thing is, don't worry, we can smell gold.
Yeah.
But what about the fumes? Oh, yes, it's effective against that as well, but...
Yeah.
All right, so they will lend you each, for those who do not have one, a quad breather. How much power do you have that's free in your ether rig there, Jirok?
I don't think any. Hold on a second. Let me, there's the character sheet.
It's a basic ether
Is it
rig.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean, that's with everything running. If it's just, if I'm not flying or using any of my weapons, then it would probably be, I'd have 5 power left over.
Okay. You have 1. So, the quad breather requires a power consumption of 1.
Okay.
Do you want to incorporate that into your existing thing by, powering one thing down?
Yeah, and that would probably be a good idea right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now he doesn't need to fly. He's on a flying ship.
Yeah, I'm just checking
So
about
we could definitely turn it off.
Oh, Jesus. You also need to do a regular maintenance endeavor to maintain your ether rig.
That's what it was. That may be the one that was bugging me.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Yeah.
Goddamn things.
If you don't do it, every endeavor, it degrades
loses 1 power
by 1, I think.
Yeah. What I was just checking for is about changing power supplies on the fly.
You wouldn't think it would be difficult, but then again, I don't remember reading anything about it.
So glad I got to worry about technology with my character.
Oh, but it's just such cool stuff. There's so many
little
devices, and then it's expanded in that.
You don't need no batteries. I pull energy from the ether.
There's
itself.
extra power you can strap onto it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's probably the easiest route. Why don't they just they'll attach the extra power thing, and they'll have that on there for you for this one, because you've proven to be a much more effective defender of this than what they were.
Yeah.
So the expanded power supply is 125 drops worth of material, increases the power capacity by 1, and the quad breather is 90 drops worth of material, and has a power consumption of 1. So you will have the quad breather active.
Cool.
Okay. So that's going. Sorry, anything else apart from the quad breathers that you guys wish to...
Is there anything on deck that we need to worry about that needs fastening or securing?
They've got everything sealed, though if you wish to with the quad breathers, you should be safe to be on deck. Notwithstanding, if there's lightning or whatnot, you've heard the thunder hit you with that sickening, quality to it, but there doesn't seem to be lightning playing through it though. So it's curious that there's thunder hitting you.
I think
this isn't natural by any means. This is chaos.
When you may not you may remember that those rot flies were able to fly. So there may be other pestilytic forces that are within that storm.
Yeah, I think Nox is gonna open up his witch sight to see the magical energy through the realms to see if he can help the captain guide us calmer spots in the storm that he can point out.
Okay.
That might be what he does.
Sure. So we know that Nox is on deck now then. Yeah. Alicia and Direct, do you wish to be on deck as well?
He might be lashed to something, but...
Yeah, Alicia was already on deck, so she's...
Gonna stay there for the storm?
Yeah,
Okay.
She'll stay there.
Says I don't want to let a fireball under deck, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so then as far as for zones are concerned,
I mean, it seems best to be on deck in case we're about to crash, or whatnot. That would ever happen in a campaign.
Definitely want to be thrown.
Yeah,
No,
Especially
no
here.
Ever crash.
yeah,
Where they're just floating islands. I mean, you crash, you're screwed.
yeah.
Although there's a very nice bright spell where you can actually summon a phoenix of fire and write it. So
Nice.
I should learn that spell. That'd be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to find the... here we go. All right, so the deck will have two different zones on it. The fore and the aft. And then each deck will be a zone, and then the surroundings, starboard and port, will also be zones. So that's sort of roughly what the layout would be like this. You're not going to be able to smell any of the whatever miasma that you're flying into as part of this. But I think, Jirak, I saw that you can make a mind awareness test if you'd like.
All right.
Difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4. All right.
Just because of your crafting, I think there's something you may be able to pick up from the send. Yeah. So the quad breather also it typically is designated or designed to detect only ether gold, and as you're seeing sort of the scents come in, and you're trusting your nose for this, like there was that coppery tang of iron in the air, or the metallic tang of iron in the air before. This has a corroded stench to it, as if whatever the permeating metallic quality in here, it has gone down. There is going to be also a rust mist miasma around here that will serve as lightly. I'm just going to see what the actual mechanics is for this. I want to make it lightly obscured. So partial cover.
Okay.
So meaning defense increases 1 step when targeted by range attacks. And it means that there is creatures hiding in the zone have advantage on opposed tests to be spotted. So things hiding in this miasma, or you guys hiding, if the case
I was
may
going
be.
to say it works both directions.
Yeah. No, it's us too. It's us too, Madison. I agree. Yeah, so what you are... well, tell us what's going through. Nox, we know, is trying to sense these magical winds. Dirac and Leisha, what's going through your minds?
Leisha is, part of her. I mean, she's lived a long time, so she's seen a lot of stuff, but she was still hoping that this was because she found, in the library, sort of what she was envisioning as one of the major, as a major thing that could help with her long-term goal. she kind of viewed this whole endeavor as, something that Sigmar was really wanting her to do, and so she kind of also had the assumption that maybe Sigmar would be helping and guiding, and that this wouldn't quite be as tough. So she knows better.
Yeah.
But she was hoping, and so I think there's a little bit of warring going on in her head. Like, come on, it's like, just why is all this stuff coming up, type of thing.
Yeah,
So that's what's going on in her head.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Durek?
He's probably never experienced this before, but he's heard tales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so he's not on edge, but he's definitely ready. He's right on that cusp of watching out and just waiting for something to happen so he can react to it, because he knows it can be bad.
Okay.
Yep.
So you were all focusing and trying to, sense anything from this. Nox, I'm assuming you were in the 4 zone. Where do you reckon, Leisha? Are you in the 4 as well, or are you in the aft?
I think she would.
Or drifting on the side, Durek, for in your case too, because you got the ether break.
Yeah, I don't think he's taken a light yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's probably thinking about everything. He's probably at the 4.
In that case, Alicia would go towards the back. She assumes that looking all directions in the middle of the storm, especially if it's not natural, might be a good idea.
Okay.
So she goes towards the back.
And there's that reddish mist that is hanging in the air everywhere. Mm-hmm. Nox, would you give us an awareness check, please?
Absolutely.
Mind awareness.
Sorry, Kev, real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did the crew indicate whether the red mist had they seen it before, or is that completely new to them?
This is not something they have run into before, no.
Okay, got it.
Gotcha. A target number?
Target number here would be a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. See, you can tell the winds of chaos are deeply unpleasant to be around and to be sensing, and you can see that the winds that make up this storm front are thoroughly corrupted with the presence of chaos. And so, that may be obvious without having to tap into your magical sight. But what you can tell with 2 successes is it does seem also to be almost like borne aloft in there. There are forms, larger forms moving around, like hideous versions of those Quicksilver sparrows that you had seen yesterday. And one of those seems to, in place of the artful and beautiful, movements and maneuvers by the Quicksilver things, almost cast off as spittle. One glob kind of lurches out of the front above you and hits down on deck. And let me show you.
He'll try and call out a warning as he sees it happening.
Yeah, and I hit the wrong button. That's what I want here.
Let's see. As he's watching all these chaotic winds before this happens, as his fingers are almost twitching with the urge to dabble with the magic to see what it does.
So
but he's got to control himself.
Here's what sort of lurches itself up from that pool of pestilent vomit.
Oh, wonderful.
Good.
Yeah, burn it with fire. That's solution is always burn it with fire.
So one is there, and you can see there are several others that were swirling around in there. Why doesn't everyone go ahead and click on their token, click on initiative, and we'll take our mid-session break, and we'll come back and see what happens next.
It's like, yeah. I love Warhammer. It's like let's take something from D&D, in this case a beholder, and let's just make it 1,000 times more horrific.
A little bit humanoid.
To make it worse.
I mean, Yeah, not like it was Lovecraft. It wasn't. It was kind of Lovecraftian anyway, and now it's just. Oh yeah, just.
At
Sorry,
least
which
they
my
got rid of the
Yeah.
big eye and didn't put it on its chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Where the heck? Oh, there it is. Got it.
But now it has arms and another mouth.
Okay. Then, excellent.
And is that a bone serrated tongue? Oh my god.
Yep. It's. I love the Warhammer sensibilities. All right, so let's take our mid-session break quickly, guys, and then we'll come back and see what you guys choose to do about this
John,
threat.
Real quick, I wanted to say, you said bone serrated tongue. I'm like, which tongue? I'm looking at the one I said, oh, that's not bone serrated. No, that's just drooling. Oh, wait, that one. Great.
All right, let me get this thing. Here we go. There we are. All right, so for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
looking through the list of talents, and there's a few in there that are going to be interesting.
Yeah, I need to get a physical copy of the book because I like it. I read through the PDF last week? No, 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
So apparently learning spells is a talent as far as initially learning the first two.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be great because I'm playing Nox to a T. There's hints of corruption potentially, delving in forbidden knowledge. He's already got the forbidden knowledge thing, so.
All right. So then, top of the round, Jurek. So this thing is in the front of the thing. I wonder. Hold on. I might have. I might have a map actually of the ship. There's another adventure that has it features the one of the airships, and I just don't remember if I loaded the map or not. So let me take a quick peek here, because if I can use one, that would be probably helpful. Let's see. You know, we ran a lot of one-shots at the first half of the year, so there's a lot of handouts and other assets from that. Okay, I'm through that now. Let's see. I would do a word search, but I do not remember the name of the ship, and I'm pretty sure I named it that. So, wait a minute. No, it's before that.
1 second.
Sure.
It was a little late than ever, but I think you can tag handouts to make searching easier. But you got to be planning ahead for that.
Yeah, and then it would be a matter. I would just be having to remember the tag then for it, right? So like, the way that I do is I rename the image so I can search for the image.
Gotcha.
It's just the same goal, but you just need to have done it properly. And also remembering the name. It wasn't a clever name either. It's just that I'm pretty sure I named it the name of the ship, which I think is the Grungni, but I'm almost there now. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Ooh, a lot of Twilight 2000 things in here too. No, I still haven't actually. I need to. That Hostile Waters source box came in. I really haven't taken a look at that yet. I should take a look at that. Okay, here we go, I think. Yep. All right, we're back to about a year ago. And it does not appear that I loaded that. Nerds. No. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely in the range of where it would be now. Okay. Well, that is fine. All right, so this thing, let me get this. First up is Jurek. So Jurek, and maybe we'll do this. Well, Jurek is in the 4. Nox, you were in the 4. As is this thing.
Don't like this.
Lisha
Is it?
is in
Are
the
we low?
aft.
Sorry, are we Are we low enough that this thing's on the ground, or is this?
Well, again, there is no ground.
Okay.
Or at least it's relative in here. This is on the deck of the ship.
It's on the deck.
That it's hit, and you were at the aft right now.
Okay.
There has also been the sounds of things colliding with the side of the ship. So, Jurak, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Let's see.
You would technically get 1 medal back, but you have that already.
Yeah. We're in the same zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and try and hit him with the saw. We'll start there.
Oh, yeah, and get that armor down, too.
Right.
Go right ahead,
And that's
please.
a 4, right?
Well, what is your melee?
Oh, I forgot. Average.
Okay, so then it's a 4, yeah, because his defense is an average as well.
Okay.
Let me just see, hold on, if there's any nasty traits you need to worry about.
I'm sure there's none.
Yeah, there's absolutely.
Why would there be?
Whoa, there's an attack called Slobbering Tongue. That's great. Okay, go ahead. No, there is nothing.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so that is, and you roll 6, it looks like, which means that rending triggers.
Yeah.
These things do not have armor, unfortunately. It is just like pestilent flesh and loosely held together vomit. You tie into this thing 3 points of damage. Look at this. Boom.
Nice.
But, and it's great. Probably for the best you have this mask on, because whatever's being spewed out from your saw digging into this is not something you would want to be smelling or be exposed to.
And then I use my metal to make a second attack.
You
correct?
absolutely could, yeah.
So let's go to
The hop?
there. And go.
Nice. Once again, into
He's
this.
just chopping through the son of a gun.
That. Awesome. All right.
Nice.
Then, Nox, what are you doing?
Remind me, could I move away from it?
Yep, there's a talent that grants attacks of opportunity, so you can move freely.
So I'm gonna retreat a bit from it, so it has to come after me and maybe towards Leisha.
Okay, so you'll be in a different zone.
Yeah, head towards the aft, I think.
Okay.
And then I will spin around and toss a arcane bolt at it.
Okay, so the difficulty, I think, is going to go up by 1 because of the obscurement.
Okay.
Okay.
And there we go. The focus points will bump me up. Oh, I got a 6 and a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay, so that's 4 successes.
Assuming the difficulty is a 5. So
Correct. Yep.
okay. And so I'm just going to dump all that into damage.
Sounds good. So that is 5. You said successes.
It's
1, 2, 3, 4. Four
it's 4 successes.
So
it's
5
just
points
4
of damage total. All right. So yeah, and remind us what your arcane bolt looks like.
It's basically very similar to Grungnir's Forge of his Soul.
Yeah.
It just whips out orangish amber light fleckled with bits of metallic sparks and just darts into him.
All right. You have 1 medal
I am
as well.
saving my medal just in case something happens.
Okay.
It's in case it tries to cast a spell, I can try to unweave it.
Oh,
I don't know if it
got
can
it.
or not, but I'm saving it.
Okay. All right. Then it is Alicia's turn. So you also have heard something hit the side of this ship.
Okay. And she sees this thing, right, as well?
Definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She takes a quick glance over the side to see if she can see what's making the sound.
Do you look over the port or the starboard side?
Can she tell what direction it came from?
Seems like both.
Yeah, that's not good. She looks over the
Port is
starboard
left.
side.
Same number of letters is left.
Yeah. No, I know. I was just trying to decide.
Oh yeah,
which
you've been
side.
on. What am I talking about? You've probably been way more
I've been on a
experienced.
few ships.
Yeah.
Starboard. We'll say starboard side.
Starboard side. Okay. There are 2 of these things
Ooh. Okay.
that are stuck to the side and that are oozing their way up, leaving a disgusting, vile, stinking trail behind them that seems to be hissing on the side of the metal.
Is she at close range to both of them?
They are 1 zone away.
We're 1 zone away. Okay. Hold on a second. Where the heck is her?
If it's medium range, that attacks 1 zone away.
Yeah, light target. Okay, so this enemy's in my zone. Okay, so she decides to cut down the number. She says there's more of them, but she wants to try to take out the one that's already damaged, and so she basically runs across to do a melee attack on it.
Okay.
Her sword.
Okay, and go right ahead. So your melee is what?
My melee is good.
Okay, so then the difficulty would be a 3.
Okay.
None of your talents come in when you're outnumbering, I don't think, right? It's when you're outnumbered that you get the benefit.
It's when I'm outnumbered, yeah.
Right, all right. Okay, so that Sigmarite longsword just fucking digs into this thing. That is, does your focus point help?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Oh,
it does, yeah, because you got a 2. The 2 becomes a 3.
Oh, okay. It has to be better than 3. Yep,
3,
so I got 3.
4 points of damage. What does it look like as you take this thing down?
She probably aimed for, like, I don't remember where the chainsaw or chain sword I kind of dug into, but she basically just aims for one of those, and as she does, maybe the flesh is a little weaker than she expected, and the sword just like opens up a huge gash in the creature.
And it's just like giant overripe ready to geyser pimples. Gore and pus just spews out from it.
Oh,
then
good.
I got well of that one.
Oh yeah, you tickled me. I kept wondering what the punchline was going to be.
The best thing about the Warhammer stuff is because so much of it is so firmly tongue in cheek too. Like it's just when you've got a bunch of orcs that are deadly and horrific and whatnot too, but they sound like fucking football hooligans.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. All right, so then it appears that Captain Coghammer, going to get you out of the way.
Hopefully not permanently soon. Would be bad.
Boom. On the upside, needs a new captain. There are ones on the port side as well. So they will surge over. One in the fore, one in the aft, and another one in the aft. Who left the wizard behind?
The wizard.
Hey, I came to you. You should have protected me.
All right, I need to grab. I forgot to grab my soulbound dice.
It's okay. I can drop a fireball at my feet and not hurt myself. It's fine.
There you go. There you go. That sounds good.
Okay.
It's fine. This is all fine.
No, it's not.
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Everything's good.
I think I've got enough now. Let's see here. Where's my fourth one? I'm grabbing my Noble Knight dice.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I got one of them somewhere.
Nox has a very similar grin to these creatures.
Hey, no. My teeth are much nicer.
The dental benefits as a member of the Bright Order are really quite generous. Okay, got what I needed. Then, all right. So remember those jagged edge tongue things? Mm-hmm. Nox, what is your defense?
4.
No, your defense will be remember. It's
no, he said poor.
4 is not a thing. Oh, poor.
No, 4, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
my.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So that'll be
like the knock sucks.
I need
Combat.
2 to hit you.
Oops.
So
Sorry, Cox.
let's see here.
That's what
That
toughness
is
is for.
Oh. 2, 3, 4. So this thing lashes out with its disgusting tongue, and begins pulling in. You can feel its rotted teeth that are on there, ripe with corruption, digging into your flesh. You take 5 points of damage. Your armor will apply against that, and I need a fortitude test from you against a difficulty of 4 and a challenge of 3.
I have no way of making that.
You can use. You've got no. You got 1 metal back left.
I saved it, but not even that will help me because I have a fortitude of 1.
You have no training. You have fortitude of 1. You could double it then.
But I need.
You roll an extra dice.
Yeah, but don't I need to make 4 saves?
3 saves.
3.
3 successes. So I can only make 2 if I double it.
What is your body?
1.
Your body's a 1.
Yep.
And your fortitude is a 1.
Nope. Just I have 1 because of body.
Oh, yeah. Well, make your roll.
Why? I can't make it.
So you're poisoned then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the
I can
second
spend
one.
my metal to get rid of it, though, so I'll do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, not now. We'll see what the other attack does.
Okay. And
Fortunately, I wasn't it wasn't going to drag it into his maw if he failed.
Well, that's probably going to happen next turn.
Yeah. I'm having flashbacks to Reagan's last moments.
yeah.
Which you weren't there for, but it was.
So that maw that's in his gut, it opens up and there are grasping.
Is it the same one or the other one?
Other one.
Okay.
And you take another 4 points of damage from that.
And armor applies?
Armor applies, yeah.
Okay, my toughness is 0 now.
Okay. And then, did you... Oh, wait, because it was 5 before, right. Yeah. And you're poisoned again.
Okay.
The good news...
Well, then I'll spend my metal to get rid of the poison.
Okay. Now, hold on.
You couldn't have been poisoned twice. You could have waited till after the attack.
That's why I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
The good news is that they both have a tongue wrapped around you.
How are you doing that? Do you have a talent that allows you to spend metal to get rid of a condition?
You said we could do that last session. Wasn't we spending metal, or was it drops? It was drops.
It was drops. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll spend that on my turn then.
Okay. So you got 1 less dice from the poison.
Okay.
Then the Durek. What is your defense?
Oh, it's your poison. You can't spend metal. That's right.
Yeah.
Average.
So what was it?
No, average. I'm sorry. Kevin.
Average. Okay. So 3 is what I need to get you. Oh shit. And I've managed to roll it so... Oh, it's... How the hell did it get over there? Cheapers. Come here, you.
Anna, make yourself useful.
That will not... Oh, boy. That would not end well for any concerned. Anna had an incident with a spicy fly yesterday when she chomped on a wasp. Fortunately, she killed the wasp before it stung her.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, which was great because she was doing that kind of like clear her mouth for a long time, and I'm just waiting for it to fucking swell up. But fortunately, she seems to have had an initiative in that one.
Yeah.
All right, so then Jurek. This thing wraps that tongue around you. You take 3 points of damage. Your armor will apply, and then you'll take, so I guess 1 net damage.
Yeah, 1 toughness.
Would you give us a fortitude check, please?
Yep. And that's a 4, right, Kevin?
That is a 4, yes, and the challenge is 3. So you need 3 successes. Come on, Durek. Ah. You were likewise poisoned by this thing. And then, Leisha, what is your defense currently?
Her defense, I believe, was 3. Let me just check. Sorry.
No, it's the. I think it was great. Was her defense?
Yeah, I think with the shield.
That's
up.
right. Oh, I was thinking armor again. Yep, great.
Great. Okay. So then it is a 5. I need to get you. This thing oozes in. I got one damage, which will be stopped by your armor.
Okay.
Your repaired armor.
Yes.
In addition, guys, for where these things have moved, the zone is now full of a major hazard of pestilytic quality. Flies and corruption. A major hazard. When you enter for the first time or you start your turn there, you take 3 points of damage.
Oh, good.
Our masks don't protect us at all?
Not against this, unfortunately.
Well, I'm going to be dead in like 2 rounds then.
Okay.
Because I got no toughness.
Okay. So, then, well, no, that's you start taking wounds. And remember, like, the number of wounds you take depends on the damage you get. It's not, you take 3 wounds. So, yeah.
Alicia might be able to help with that.
Okay. Then it is Topper on Jurek. You take 3 points of damage from the hazard. And let me check. I don't think that armor protects against it, but let me double check.
Okay.
Hazard. Here we go.
That's a lot of damage.
Jeez.
It is.
Yeah, these things are gross. We've already defeated one. Let's see your hazards. Doesn't say one way or the other. So I think your armor would apply.
Okay. So that would be 1 more, yeah.
Let's double check.
Now, just a quick question on that, Kevin.
Yeah.
Is that specific to being on the deck? Or does that matter if you're in the air?
If you're in the air, you will be out of it because it's the zone. So it depends how high in the air. Yeah, like we would also treat like if you're going a zone above, then like we could call it crow's nest, right? Yeah. You zip up there, they're not in that region, so they don't have that thing there.
Yeah. Okay.
And Kev, regarding the ship, are there any like what you call choke points? Like if there's stairs up to the deck?
They're sealed right now. The airships can actually seal their, seal the hatches and whatnot. So you guys are effectively on deck right now. You're not like locked out, but in order to get back access to the rest of the deck, you would need to, open up the kind of like World War II era kind of, kind of stuff.
Yeah. You say World War II era? We still use those. Yeah. It's the same doors we've had.
I am in a profession where we regularly refer back to shit people said in the Victorian era. So like, you're in good company for antiquated,
Yep.
Yeah. Lalisha was. I was just thinking like a way that Lalisha could do a choke point where she's in front of Nox and keeping, so he could still see them. Basically, that's what she's keeping an eye out for.
Yeah.
Where that wouldn't affect him, the mist or the poison.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately,
it's like biting flies and whatnot, so it's not the poison.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
So no, there isn't. Like there, you could conceive of circumstances, even though we're using abstracted, ranges and whatnot. There definitely could be something like that. If you guys had retreated below deck and there was only one way accessing that, you definitely could do that.
Okay.
But also, let's take a look at the picture of the Karazdran airship too, because there may be ways, Nox, you may be able to.
I'm thinking if I put down a hazard of my own, it might counteract the hazard, but that
possibly,
involves exploding a fireball at my feet.
Quite possibly, unless it creates a hazard, then I'd let you negate the thing. Does it create a hazard?
It creates a minor hazard.
Oh yeah, then I would allow it to sort of negate what they're doing. But here's the layout when you're in your mind's eye what the airship looks like. So
okay.
All right then. So Durek, what are you doing? You get 1 metal back.
Yeah, but now, so I'm poisoned, which means I can't spin metal.
Did Leisha not spend any metal last time?
She didn't need to.
No, she had killed the thing.
Yep.
Oh, right, it was dead. That's right. Okay,
she finished it off.
Yep.
Okay. So,
I'm going to take to the air.
Yep.
Kind of above this one that's beside me here.
Yep.
take to the air, keep going, get out of dodge.
There's like first there's a bit of coughing as the engine gets going because it's full of fucking flies.
Yeah.
And then it takes off. I'm just gonna get you so you're visible still. Yeah.
And then I'm going to drop a grenade on it.
Nice. What's your grenade do?
Etheric, blast 2, loud, medium range. So
Okay. So let's see here.
does 2 damage, which I like.
Heck yeah. All right, so the blast here we go. So blast damages all creatures in a zone. That would include Leisha.
However, I'm a demolitions expert. When you use an well, wait, here.
Very nice. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, and then let's see how for your grenades.
Oh, so you literally got the talent that I just got for spells.
Yeah, I had that one.
That's super cool. Okay, so then both of them are very cool. So what? Let's see here. Does it say what you need to use skill-wise for the grenade, or does it just do?
Yeah, it's a ranged attack.
Oh, great. So go ahead.
Is what they call it.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. Let's see how much damage.
No, my accuracy is good. So is that a 3 target number?
Your accuracy. So your accuracy is good, and then the difficulty is increased by 1 because of the miasma. So
I forgot. Yeah.
Right. So then, but I think it's only. Let's see how. I actually don't remember how area effect stuff works. So let's see here, because it might be 1 easier. Here we go. Making an attack. Range attacks with 2 weapons. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to look at the rules for etheric grenade. Granata. Here we go. Etheric grenade. Oosh. Handheld versions of the artillery used by Caradron sky fleets. Yes, yeah, so otherwise just a normal range attack, I suppose.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Since that's the way it was on the character sheet, I was like, it's got to be just like a normal.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll say it's average is their defense. Increase up to good, so basis of 4 you're rolling against.
Yep. That's it. Go.
Nice. Is that
That's 3 successes. Yep.
Give you an extra one?
Yep, that 3 becomes a 4.
Awesome. Okay. So that's against the 4 against the 1, and then it's 2. Let's see here, minus. So 5 damage actually, 5 against him, and then 2 more against the other one. Minus 2. What's it look like as your grenade goes down?
He just sees this nastiness. And he's like, no, I'm out of this.
Yeah.
So he jets up into the air and he just pulls it off like, I guess he's got like a bandolier. Kind of. And he just pulls it off and that thing's armed and he just throws it right down where he was.
You are poisoned as well, so you actually would have had 1 less dice. Would you just give us a 1d6 roll?
Yeah.
He can just consume 10 drops to get rid of that, right?
He could, yeah. Do you have 10 drops available?
Yeah, I think I've got 19 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you just cross those off and we'll say that you did that.
Okay.
Okay.
Works for me.
Then you have, you also have 1 medal. What would you like to do?
Now I can spend my medal too. Yeah, that's right. Let's see here. Delete that. Since I'm up in the air.
I really got to invest in body or fortitude.
And I've got good accuracy. We'll go ahead and fire off my rivet gun at it.
Well, also, not if you had your armor, your mystic armor up too, that might have made a difference as well, Nox. Like, it's tough to judge after the fact, but if you had your armor up, you would have taken less damage or been harder to hit and taken less damage. Jared, go ahead and make your attack. It'll be difficulty 4.
Here we go.
Nice. Can you get another one out of that?
No.
Nope.
Dang
right.
it.
So still 3. So
Yeah.
piercing. Oh, they don't have any armor anyway. See, it's almost like it's punching into liquid the way these things are. It's spattering as it's going in. I just spit all over my camera doing that too. These are the lengths that I will go to for your enjoyment, guys, is ruin my own setup. All right, so that is end of Durek's turn. Nox.
Alrighty, so tell me what wound I get.
3. Oh, yeah. So your armor will protect by 1.
So I take 2.
So I think that is a minor wound. No, it is a serious wound.
Okay.
So
Now-
click 1. A serious wound covers 2. Then Nox.
If these things are flies, wouldn't a fireball work really well?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've already planned what I'm doing. It's all
So
right
Nox,
now.
are you spending
Just like-
more drops?
Yeah, I'm spending 10 drops to get rid of this poison condition.
Okay.
Yep.
So he's gonna lift his hands up and narratively tap into the currents of chaos above and slam a fireball at his feet and exclude
Okay.
himself from the blast.
All right. So
Awesome.
go ahead and cast. Let's see here.
Okay, that gives me 4 successes with my focus points.
Nice. Okay.
Awesome.
So it's 4 fire damage, and it sets a minor hazard that'll last for a round.
Yes, you've. Well, remember it said the threshold is or challenge is 2, right? So you've got
Yes.
2 extra points.
Oh no. Hold on. No, that's I get 5. 5 is my challenge number.
No,
I
no.
gotta get 2.
5 is your difficulty number. 2 is the challenge. You need 2 successes for that spell to go off. If you only got 4 successes net, you've got or 4 successes total. You've 2 net.
The 5 is my challenge number, so I got to get a 5 on my roll, and 2 is the number I need to get the spell off.
Exactly. We're saying the same thing. So you have 2 points. It does 1 point of damage, and then what are you spending the extra 2 successes on?
Oh, on damage, so it's 3 damage. You're right.
Yeah. So it's 3 damage then.
Yep.
And you're not creating the hazard?
I am creating the hazard. It's automatic.
It gains a minor hazard. Is a major hazard that's here right now.
Yep. Maybe it'll lower the effect of the hazard, but
No. But
I can't turn it into anything bigger than a minor hazard.
okay. All right. You have 1 medal. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna spend it again. And well, I really can't. If that didn't stop the hazard, then I need to get out of here.
Yep.
Is there a hatch that I can spend an action getting to and ducking into?
You would get to
Because
it.
this will literally kill me next turn.
You would need to.
Because I got my move, I can get over there and spend metal to take another action.
Felicia's going to give you some toughness back.
Yeah, the trouble is you're exposing then the folks inside to that. You're okay with that? Or do you
No,
want to?
how about I just dart up here to this area, and then
So we're looking again. One of the reasons I'm showing you guys the layout of the ship is because, like, you could, in theory, climb up those struts on the side. Nox, get yourself out of the immediate zone.
Yeah,
I
you
thought,
see,
the,
that's
I
like a
thought the
ladder.
entire ship was covered with this hazard.
The deck is
including
covered, but remember, each place is a different zone. The 2 decks have them on them because these things are here. The airbag above that would not be covered yet.
They'll just follow me up there.
So, what do you want to do? Give up?
Trying to think what I can do to even forestall this. Actually, I'm gonna spend a point and cast etheric armor on myself.
Okay.
If I get enough successes, I can boost my armor up quite a bit.
Okay.
That's a good move.
Let's see. So I'm spending my metal. Oh, okay. 4
Nice.
successes, and that
There
2
you go.
focus will get me another success.
Okay, so
So
that's
my
5
armor-
successes.
So I'll get 4 armor
Okay.
bonus. So my armor is 5 now.
5 for 1 round?
Until the start of your next turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can try and cast it next turn. But that also leaves me my movement. So I'll try to start climbing up those struts.
That would actually take your action, I think, because it's not. It's
Oh.
yeah, it would be a.
Oh, dang it! They're gonna hit me next turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just take the armor. That's all I can really do.
So then,
This is what happens when you leave the wizard alone.
so you got
But I
3
could
armor, so
move
4
over
armor in total right now,
here.
right?
So, yeah.
Okay, and you go running over to where Leisha
I started
is.
with 1. I got 4 from my spell, so I got a total of 5.
No. Plus 1 armor per 2 additional
2 successes. Dang it. Learn to read, John. Okay.
That's okay. You're agitated. You're about to get fucking munched, so that's...
Not agitated. It's impressed is more the...
I disagree. So...
Oh, no, I'm not upset.
Okay, Leisha, you're up next. What are you doing?
Leisha, let's see here. She sees the wizard is in trouble.
Yeah. You left it down there.
Yeah. I wish. Yeah, it's like I look at this from the point of view of actually being creatures. You know, the thing. I wish her Light of Sigmar could just like affect the individual creatures in the hazard, but
Oh, Alicia, you take 3 points of damage, but your armor's a 3, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a 3.
Okay.
Yes. Toughness. How would toughness work if she gave some back to Nox?
That would be lost before any wounds. The only time you take wounds is if you have 0 toughness left.
Okay, so then, like, let's say she could give him 2 back. He would lose that, and then he would take 1 applied to wounds.
Then
I got enough armor now that I'll resist the hazard next turn.
Next turn? Okay.
Yeah.
So then she's not worried about it. She's just going to cast her Light of Sigmar.
Okay.
Everything is in the same zone.
No, the 2 ones that are next to you that just got blown up by direct, those are in a separate zone.
Okay. So she's going to do that just to try to get rid of those 2.
Okay.
So she's going to do her Light of Sigmar.
In the adjacent zone?
Sorry.
Where Nox...
No, it's in her zone.
In her zone, okay.
I guess she could move to Nox's zone. Yeah, she moves to Nox's zone.
Nox has run over to you. That's why everyone's kind of on top here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So
there's a minor hazard down here. I'm just with the rectangle there.
Okay. Got it. All right. She's doing it in the same zone that she and Nox are in, and she's going to do Light of Sigmar, and did that.
Okay, so you have to roll your devotion against a DN 5.
Yep. And fortunately, she just increased that in DN 5.
So that costs you 1 metal to do that as well.
Yep.
And
only
then
1 success.
2 because of focus.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. And if she does another metal, it would ignore armor.
These things do not have armor, so that would be...
Oh, they don't have armor.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just
she does
nothing but naked, pestilent flesh.
Yep. Okay. So she does 2 total damage.
That wriggles.
She used. Yep. Great. She used 1 metal to do that.
Okay.
Okay. I think she's going to then. So she can use metal to take 1 more action. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
You still have yet to take an action, though, right?
That doesn't count as an action. The Light of the Miracle.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Shoot. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so she's going to spend another metal to swing at the most damaged one.
Yep. Go ahead. So your melee's good, right?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have anything? You got that 1 talent that deals with like being outnumbered.
It does. That is. Where'd it go? Trying to find it. Heroic challenge? No. If 2 or more, my defense increases by 1 step.
Oh,
so,
okay. Not your melee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
There is a talent that's the equivalent of that, but
Is the talent also an action?
no. There's a unless it says click. If you want to see what it is, click on the little speech thing. That's easier for me to.
Okay. Yep. I'm looking at heroic challenge. She wants to.
So that one is because it says it's in action.
Yeah. Okay. She wants to distract 1 of them. She's not going to be able to attack twice. That I think it's more or less the same effect. She's going to try to take the 1 out instead. That's, and then maybe she'll use the heroic challenge next thing.
So then your difficulty for your attack will be a 3.
Okay. All right, and the attack is there. Difficulty is 3.
Oh.
5 successes.
Is that 6?
No, he rolled a
no.
1 with the last one.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so then that is 6 points of damage. What's it look like as you take this one out?
Just she kind of aims more towards the top of the body this time, and she basically takes off the head with the tentacles on top, and that goes rolling off the side, and then the whole body goes.
What you find is that almost the entirety of the inside is made up of closely and tightly packed maggots. So as the head falls off, the skin sloughs down, and those cascade to the ground, wriggling around in the same zone.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
We need a fortitude test to avoid
narrative.
No, we don't. No. I'm going to go broke very quickly here. Don't do that.
Okay. Go ahead and so and then you'll use your second. Oh no. Yeah, you have used your second medal. So
yeah, I did use my second medal.
You're down to 0. All right.
Yep.
Then it is their turn. Okay, so first these guys take 1 point of damage from the hazard,
and the fire goes out.
Okay.
Focus.
And whoops, what's going on here? Roll 20 is going a bit nuts. Go. All right. Then let's see. We have one that is engaged with you two. So let's attack Leisha with the 1. Leisha, your defense, you said, is great right now?
Yep.
Okay, so then I need a 5 to get you. 2 points of damage, which won't get through your armor.
Okay.
And then these two will surge forward, trying to follow that tasty mage once again. Yeah. So we need 2s to get you. Oh boy. Let's see. That is 4 points of damage from the first.
Armor eats it up.
Nice. And the second one is 5.
So another point of damage.
So that is 1 minor wound you take then.
Okay. There we go. Almost dead.
Then, you also need to give. You also poisoned once again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you ever? Oh, I think you said you spent the drops to get rid of it before, right?
I did. Yes.
You did. Okay. Great. All right. Then, Jurek, get your medal back. And then what are you doing?
Let's see here. He took out that one.
Is Direct like a zone above us?
Yeah, I'm outside of their hazard thing.
Cool.
And we're all in one zone now, right, Kevin?
You're one zone above. Because you flew up, remember, to get out of the...
They're all in one zone.
They're all in one zone, yes.
And I'm in a separate... Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Does that do that? Yeah, I can't exclude... Well, I bet Alicia's armor can take it, though.
How many focus do you have in that skill?
You're focusing crafting, so
I only have 1.
Okay.
Focus in crafting.
Nox is also surrounded by... what does your etheric armor look like, Nox?
Let me double check the spell real quick. There it is. Protected field of etheric energy. So it's basically like the weave, the aether around him is just bleeding molten slag, and it's just bouncing things off of him as it tries to hit him.
Yeah, so you can see he's got... he does seem pretty worse for wear, but he does also seem to have armor around him. But
yeah, he just tanked 2 big hits from those things and barely flinched.
Yeah.
But he's still bleeding badly.
Yeah, I'd hate to have any more damage on you.
Oh, yeah,
so,
no. If you have robot, you could kill him.
I guess I will fly over to that one. Well, I don't have to fly over. I can hit him.
Consider Alicia does have a lot more toughness than me. She could take the hint if you excluded me.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm wondering. That's what I was thinking. Well, hell yeah, let's do it. Let's use the good old drill launcher.
Nice. Swap over.
Yep. And that is 4s. And submit. Nice.
Which one are you targeting primarily? I mean, they're all equally injured, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
That's all 5 successes.
And it's piercing. Okay, so that is nice. So 5 successes is 7 points of damage on 1. So let's do this. And then the others each take 2. And Alicia, you would take 2, but your armor would protect you from it.
Yep.
So that was 1 attack.
Oh yeah, I've got metal. Hell. I could completely take out that one. I know I could.
Yep. That's the.
Let's go ahead and spin the metal, and I will attack it with the rivet gun.
Nice.
That'll be just.
So the difficulty would be 4 once again.
What is the spread quality?
Spread, it does. Any creature within close range of the target takes half damage. If the creature has a higher defense than the target of their attack, they can make a DN4 reflexes opposed by your attack. So what I would say is that Leisha would also be included in there, as well as the other things. You could exclude Nox again, and then Leisha would also be entitled to make a reflexes check. And I mean, it's also half damage, so her armor may protect her anyway, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yep. Let's play that out. And see
I know I just fixed your armor, but bang, bang, bang.
Just testing it.
Yeah, this is a field test. 4 successes.
That's another 5.
Okay, so that is... All right, so it's 5 points of damage, which kills that one, and then the others take 3. They cannot, or 2. They cannot save. You don't need to make a roll, Alicia, because this can't get through your armor.
Okay. Yep.
Sweet.
All right. So what's it look like as you just bathe the deck in fire and rivets?
He is. He's just this, all of a sudden, this whirling, death shooter, I mean, he just lays it out, hammers on that trigger and just spreads it all across, and just that one just explodes in a hail of rivets.
Amazing. All right, so Nox, you get 1 metal back. Your armor protects you still from the flies and pestilence,
And then it fades, so I'm gonna pull on the strands of the ether and resummon that etheric armor.
Okay, go ahead.
Come on.
Oh.
Did it work? Oh, there it is.
You could get 2 extra successes out of that. So you could give yourself 2 armor.
2 armor will give me 3, and that's what I need. So I'll do that.
Okay.
And then I will spend my point of metal, and we're laying down a fireball, and I'm excluding myself and Leisha from the effects.
Okay.
Come on.
Nice.
2 focus. I can get another success, so 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. So then that is
It's all going into damage.
damage. Okay. So there's 3 points of damage. What's it look like as you summon that armor and then lay down that explosive once again?
So he's just pulling, like the slag starting to fade. He's just reaching out, desperately pulling more energy out, and then he pulls out more than he needs to and just slams it on the ground, and it radiates outwards and starts looking at the flies buzzing around us.
Somewhere inside the there's 1 or 2 Dwarden who kind of look at each other like, was that thunder?
I apologize for the damage I might be doing to your deck, but I think you can take it.
Then that's everything. Leisha, what are you doing?
All right, I'm getting my metal back, and then I'm promptly using it in another Light of Sigmar.
Okay.
And, sorry, I keep thinking that's the roll.
I appreciate you showing us the rules once again. That's good.
Yes, okay, target number 5. All right.
That'll eat your only action for the turn.
That will, yep. But it could potentially take both of them out.
That's what we say. He rolls good, look out.
Yeah.
Oh!
Or not. I get 1
success.
Yeah. 1 success, yep.
1 success. All right, so that
1
is...
damage to each.
All righty. Just 1.
Damn.
And it's 1. All right. Then...
So close.
It is their turn once again. We're going to do 1 on Leisha once again as it's trying to get in.
biting my nails here.
The God King does
She should have used the Light of Sigmar. Oh well, not the other one. Oh well.
1 point of damage on Leisha, and then Nox. Let's see.
That's before armor, yes.
That's before armor, yeah. So now that it doesn't get through the Sigma rate. Nox!
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! You've only got 3.
I've only got 3 armor this turn.
It's 4 points of damage. You take 1 more minor.
Okay, well, it looks like I'm starting to die.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, we haven't... Let's see what happens here.
Well, I am glad to be the first to almost die in this game.
Yeah.
It's nice not being that guy.
Here's the upside of it. The thing
always trying to die.
you do so. So the beginning of the mortally wounded section says everyone must die one day, and for those facing the forces of chaos and legions of death head on, that day is often sooner than they'd hope. Heroes in Sigmar and Soulbound may frequently find themselves in a tug of war with the Undying King, with their soul as the price. If you suffer a wound and do not have enough spaces remaining on the wound track, you become mortally wounded. You're not there yet.
So I'm like staggered-ish between
You're
Razor's
ready.
Edge.
Yep.
Okay.
And then even then, if you take that, the type of wound you suffer tells you the difficulty for the death test you need to take.
Okay.
So keeping the armor up and whatnot still is a prudent move, because if you take a minor wound, then it becomes a difficulty 4. As opposed to if you take a serious, it's it's not the difficulty, it's the number of the challenge. It's 4-1 for a minor wound, 4-2 for a serious, 4-3 for a deadly wound.
But you haven't told me what kind of roll. It's probably fortitude, isn't it?
It is a death test.
Yeah, I don't know what that key's off of.
Uses your highest attribute.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So you pick your highest attribute, and then you make your difficulty 4 test. If you succeed, you manage to cling to life, you're no longer mortally wounded, you remove the stun condition, your toughness remains at 0, and your wound track is still full until you become mortally wounded again.
Okay.
Yep. See, you got nothing to worry about. You're
totally
a ways
worried
up.
about.
You're like 5 doors down from death right now. So
Yeah. Also poisoned. So
yeah. Yes. Did you spend the drops?
I did.
Okay, cool. All right, so then he does manage to hit you, but you're just at the precipice
He's
of being
coughing up blood now.
really injured. Tirak, you get your medal back, and what are you doing?
Yes. Let's see here. So I am going to... I think I'm just going to unleash the rivet gun again. That went really well.
Okay. Yeah, and it didn't affect Leisha.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
4. Hit. 3.
Nice. Can you make that 4 successes?
Nah, I can't.
Okay.
It's a 2 and a 1.
So that is 4 successes. Why don't you tell us what it looks like as the last 2 of these things are mowed down?
I mean, he saw how well that worked last time. He was like, oh, why wasn't I doing this before?
Yeah.
Different verse, same as the first.
Yep.
And he just unleashes again and just rivets fill the air.
Okay.
Just exploding chunks off of these things.
Incredible. So then at the end of that exchange, these things go down. Nox, your armor would protect you for 1 more round, and then it would go away. So the air, it still has the same miasma in the air right now, but you are not taking damage from it any longer. While there still is that sickening, discordant thunder that is rolling through here, nothing else falls on the deck.
Thank goodness.
And I have good news for you.
Give me toughness back, Leisha.
Well, you can take 10 minutes, right, to just catch your breath, and you'll get all your toughness back.
Okay, cool.
All of you
But
guys.
you could use Healing Spirit. I mean, that's the weird thing. Can you only use... You could use the miracles during combat?
No,
You can use them outside, but you don't need to. If you have 10 minutes to catch your breath, you get all your toughness back.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it does say under metal that you can use them on talents included outside of combat. So,
Yeah.
talents and miracles.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can we get your medal back as well, too.
Yep.
So, what happens next, guys?
I think we need
think
to make sure we try and clean off the deck so there's nothing else bad going to happen, and then we need to make sure that Nox
Nox
gets
is
something in his body.
he's leaning down against the wall and like glaring over at Leisha. You left me alone. It's okay, I forgive you.
Do you have 100 drops?
Yeah, but at that point I'll have maybe 10 left in order for another poison condition, and I don't know.
Just 100 drops would get rid of 1 wound.
Yeah. Doesn't seem cost effective.
Okay.
I'm just saying if she could add some. She's got 35 drops.
Robert, did you move your mic away from you or something?
Yeah.
Or
He's much slower.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I figured.
Sorry.
It's okay. James's old headset used to do that too, so he would regularly like have a sip of something, and then it would sound like he was talking to us from across the room.
Yep. No, I was doing a lot of coughing, so I figured just in case I'd move it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Appreciate it. So what happens on the deck next, guys? Nox is pretty badly banged up.
Yeah, alive.
So what are the ways to get wounds back other than resting 8 hours?
Rest, 100 drops, and that's really
the
it.
medicine skill do?
Good to...
I was just looking at that.
See, it's not in the healing section.
It's under talents. There's a
medicine.
One for medicine, but
there's a medicine skill, so I was just curious.
Allows you to diagnose and treat injuries, so there's no rules in the skill section, but let's take a look at the healing. Here we go.
Nobody's a medic, right? Or nobody has medic?
No.
Yeah, I think there is a talent for medicine that lets you actually do stuff.
Okay.
It's where is it?
It's like combat medic or something like that?
Yeah, medic. It's called medic. It's on page...
oh, yeah, here we go.
Page number 87?
Yeah, actually, one of the characters in our Ulfenkarn adventure had this. Yeah, and you can actually reduce... so it allows you to recover from wounds much faster, too.
So what does medicine actually do? I'm trying to figure this out.
It's more like a knowledge medicine thing, diagnose and figure things out.
Okay.
Just for the kind of like first aid stuff or treating wounds, you need to have the actual medic thing, and then also suitable supplies and tools.
Yeah.
And I think you forgo the benefits of rest, but you heal wounds, so...
Okay. So then, what are you guys doing next? It's still 1 day off until you reach Karaznethil, so you will at least have 1 night's rest to recover 1 wound before you arrive.
I think I'm going to consume 100 drops just because...
Just to get that head start on it? Sure.
Yeah, and you don't need to donate anything, Leisha. Just don't leave me alone again.
She's like not even offering. Like, don't worry, you don't need to donate to this. I'm like,
Well, I'd sort of been talking about, kind of making sort of noises, but,
Yeah,
so
excellent.
I have 35.
Okay, then it will... you get 1 solid night's sleep then as well, so each of you can recover 1 more wound. And then I'm looking at the wrong thing, and it is the following day. So I guess the one thing that Captain Coghammer will want to speak to you about is how you wish to deploy when you reach there. Is it going to be as you did in the other place, where there's going to be Skyriggers who will bring you over, and Durek will transport himself, or Durek could carry Nox, and 2 Skyriggers could bring Leisha over? The first thing you'll encounter will be the Sentry Woods, and it's somewhere in there that you're likely to find the Warden King. Or do you want to just go directly towards the gates themselves? Remember, this is the rough map that Malgra gave you.
And the Warden King is... I'm drawing a blank.
That's the Dwarden who the one of the two cold rulers.
Okay.
Grindelach died defending the place, but it's apparently Adagrim, the Warden King, survived.
I think it might be worthwhile to go to Adagrin first and see if he knows the whereabouts of the Forge of Found Futures.
And and also to make sure that he's actually alive.
Yes.
Or what happened to him.
Yep.
You could, in theory, as well, like there isn't a ticking clock on this. If the thing has been lost for 2 ages, so you could, in theory, also take some time to do an endeavor. Not only rest, but also do endeavor. You could take a week to just collect yourselves, prepare for the expedition. I think one of the endeavors is actually like earning money, so you could actually get some more drops to get yourself ready.
Gotcha. Do we only get like one endeavor point?
Depends how much you want at a time. It'd be one. Typically, you can do. I think it's 2 endeavors between adventures, but I'd be fine depending how much you guys wish to prep. At least one of you guys has one that's got a mandatory thing. I think the Sigmarites might have 2. Have one that's a mandatory thing. So I would be fine with you guys taking 2 weeks. If once you reach Adagrim's camp, take 2 weeks to do things. So. And like Nox, that would also give you an opportunity to add a spell if you chose. Yeah. Right?
I was thinking that.
And there are endeavors in the Champions of Order book as well. They've added some new ones in the player's book. In Cella. So. Okay, so.
Spell. Okay, that's cool.
Is the plan then to just access a Sentry Woods and go from there?
So.
I think so, yeah. Because that way we can get to the camp and yeah.
Okay. So then, how do you guys want to infiltrate then? You want to try and do quietly or loud and get the ship in as close as it can, have you guys get off, and then have it zip out of there? The storm may cover all the way up to the Sentry Woods.
Nox is, he likes not to draw too much attention, but loud and quick is usually he feels the best method, because then the ship can get away too.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do that he has no stealth at all, but
He's one of those guys who always offers the exact same suggestion at every group meeting.
Yeah.
Could we try fireballing it?
Fireball, yeah.
I think Lalisha would be up for that. She wants to minimize the amount of danger that the ship might run into, but also for themselves at this stage, especially with Nox so injured.
Yeah, and Nox will tell the captain about the corrupted, like, mercurial bird things that drop these things on them, so that if they get a chance to see them in the storm, to avoid them.
So, yeah, like this seems to be a that was something that was a storm that would normally occur within Shaman that has been utterly corrupted by Nurgle. So it may give you an indication of what to expect when you reach Karaznethil as well. Hopefully it is held up better, but the extent of the corruption there, it may be staggering. Now, let's see here. That's Bright Spear. I am finding... Here we go. So, guys, this will be... Here's what we're going to do, is we're going to end on a cliffhanger. I know, shocking.
I love cliffhangers.
Here we go. So this will be, guys... you can picture as you're approaching this place, we've talked about the like mercury waterfalls that cascade off the side of the Sentry things that have been corrupted, and hideous things have gone up. I want to give you a sense of what to expect from the Sentry Woods here. So let me grab you guys here, and I'll bring you over. And then what we're going to do is, because you're going the noisy approach, you're each going to give us a 2d6 roll. And I'll compare that to the available encounters and figure out what kind of makes the most sense as the response to what's going on. One thing I will say that they do in all the adventures and all of the like little quick start, not quick start, the little like location source books and stuff. They give these awesome random encounter tables for each of them that are all like really thematic. All the things you guys were rolling before, that's stuff from another one of the adventures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's so cool. We had it happen in Ulfenkarn too, and it adds lots of fun little bits of flavor for the setting. So if you could each give us a 2d6 roll, please.
2d6.
I don't know if you want it now at the beginning of the next.
Okay.
5 and a 1.
Hold on. There we go.
I already know what I'm going to do with my endeavor.
Nice. Well, you need to find Adagrim's camp first, so that will be the first task. But, all right, so let's see here. 5 and a 1. Interesting. A 3 and a 2. Interesting. And a 5 and a 2.
Not interesting.
No, this is pretty fun. So as you guys are, you can picture this thing bursts from the, Anna's so upset for you guys. It bursts through the rust storm and begins making its way down towards the cusp. And you can see this sprawling sentry woods. And like they really live up to their name with all these barbs and twisted roots. And all of these are infused with some element of shaman and metal as well too. So imagine it's trees and hedges and stuff that have all effectively the qualities of barbed wire. And then also further corrupted by the presence of Nurgle. You guys get in there and then you're quickly over the side. But unfortunately, it seems as if you've timed this as... Do I have a handout for this? No, Anna's so worried. Anna!
You don't want to make Anna worried. Obviously, everything's fine.
Oh, no, I misheard. She just said she's excited.
Oh, no.
Anna Banana, you are a killer DM. Well, whatever. You guys have seen it before. There are 3 of those rot flies that seem to be like buzzing across, heading in one direction across it. And as soon as they see you break through the storm and you guys are heading down, they break off from whatever direction they were going and begin approaching towards you guys.
Ram it. I want to see bug guts on the ship.
Now, what I was going to say is you guys also have reached Karaznethil. You can add 1 soul fire. And by reaching Karaznethil, you guys will also earn 2 XP.
Nice.
Okay. Got it. 2
and
XP.
That is where we will end our session, guys. So let me bring us over. Also, apparently your tokens have cleared of all the bars once again. So we'll deal with that.
Well, mine are back now. So.
Oh, are they back now? Okay, good. All right, then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 4 of the Iron Groves of Karaznethil. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the adventure we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, and we have a channel there dedicated to all the role-playing, the Warhammer role-playing games we run on the channel, including Warhammer Fantasy 4th Edition, Warhammer Fantasy 3rd, Warhammer Fantasy 2nd, Age of Sigmar, Soulbound, Rogue Trader, Deathwatch, Imperium Maledictum, and Wrath and Glory. Did I miss any? No. There's also channels over there dedicated to other games and other campaigns we run on the channel, as well as some other things like finding a group or GM discussion. There's a ton of great and helpful and knowledgeable people who have been part of the community for a number of years now, and you are more than welcome to join us over there. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games. They have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they do not have in stock something you are looking for, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MuserMashup. It's listed down below. You will save yourself 10% in your purchase. That discount code will change at the end of September 2024, so if you're listening to this after that time, come back to one of our more recent episodes or more recent streams, and you'll see what the current discount code is there. There is also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really incredible organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. All donations through that link go directly to them. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help the kids who benefit from their services. And as a small way of saying thank you, if you've donated $25 or more since the start of the year, since January 2024, head on over to the Charity Initiatives channel on the Dungeon Musings Discord server and cast your vote for the next of our mashup sessions. Between now and end of year, we are running 4 more sessions where we're mashing up classic modules or campaigns with RPGs that are not designed to be played with. And up on deck right now is the classic Call of Cthulhu campaign, Masks of Nyarlathotep. And we have 4 different games that it was not designed to be played with. That I think the 2 leading ones currently are the Expanse RPG from Green Ronin and Lex Arcana, the Roman era one. So if either of those appeals, you can cast one of the... It's a tied vote right now. Head on over, cast your vote for that, and then you'll be able to vote on the heroes. The investigators will be playing for that, and then there will be 3 more mashup sessions. So... last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart soulbound heroes. So Robert, John, and Will, thank you so much for playing this morning, guys. I tried very hard to kill you, but it turns out you guys are very hard to kill. So then we'll be back in 2 weeks' time in the Iron Groves of Karaznethil. But until we see you again, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes are encountering. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, especially when Nurgle is involved, and happy gaming.